So the second sutra of the Aquarian age is, there is a way through every block. This time in history, I really feel that this is a time of experiencing. It's a time of I understand, of embodiment. These are not foreign concepts and ideas that sound kind of cool, but it's an age of like experiencing them and knowing them for ourselves to be true. And so this, there is a way through every block. It sounds great, but what does it mean? And more than that, how do we live it? How do we feel it? And really experience it as a truth in our own lives. So I wanted to share with you a personal story for me about how this sutra shows up in my life. I don't share about this with, I guess, on a public level, but today I asked for guidance about how do I share and talk about the sutra, and what really came through was be super honest about where I have experienced it in my life recently. And for the last 6 years, I've been on a pretty wild journey through a lot of chronic health issues that I've been going through. And I've been to doctors and healers and traveled to Brazil and worked, I have really gone for it, and I am on a journey, mind, body, spirit. I've done a tremendous amount of work and also excavation in terms of why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. And for a long time, I've thought that I've been doing it wrong. That was this belief that I've been holding on to, that I must be doing something wrong or else I would feel differently. And I wonder how many people in life feel like if I was doing it right, then maybe I wouldn't be experiencing X, Y, or Z. You know, if I was doing it right, or if I had the right answers, then I wouldn't be going through what I'm going through. And so in addition to feeling the way I've been feeling, I've been putting this extra layer of pressure on myself, thinking that where I am isn't where I'm supposed to be. And that creates fear. It creates separation, and it creates this experience of, I think it's truly, that's what it means, that this separation, saying I'm not a part of. So what these physical issues have brought me to is a tremendous amount of letting go and a tremendous amount of surrender. And in the West, we don't really like the word surrender because I think we associate it with losing or failing or giving up. And what I've come to understand surrender is, it's not about giving up so much as it's about letting it go and offering it forth. And so in my life, I have been going a lot to this altar in my own mind, where I walk up and I offer my health, I offer my body, my mind, my spirit to something greater than me. I call it God. People call it universe or source or spirit, or one friend said it was like David Bowie in the sky. Whatever works for you, I call it God. And I've been going to this place a lot and offering all of myself and letting go. And recently, this really beautiful experience is starting to happen, where I'm hearing this soft voice, which oftentimes this soft, kind voice, I know it's not my ego. When it's soft and it's kind, oftentimes I feel it is the divine sharing and connecting with me. And I hear this voice tell me that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Everything you're going through is so you can help other people ultimately. Everything you're experiencing on your journey is so you can understand and have compassion for suffering. And more, I'm really beginning to feel and know that that's true. And so for me, the way through my block, or this block, is in letting go. I'm not trying to control or change the outcome. I'll put forth my best efforts. I'll do my part, but I'm letting go of the results. And in doing that, and surrendering, in saying, like, I don't know. I let go. I'm giving this forth. I'm putting it on the altar for, as Marianne Williamson says, to be altered. What happens is the blocks begin to melt away. And I'll be honest with you, my physical state, it definitely has improved over the last couple of years. But what I'm continuing to see the blocks are the things that are saying, you're doing it wrong. You're not where you're supposed to be. And what's happening is those are beginning to be removed. And I'm like, oh, I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. This is it, this moment. There's nothing to run from. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to resist. And that for me is the way I'm able to connect back in with that universal consciousness, or with God, or with spirit, with the flow, as they say. And so the takeaway for you today is, I hope that if there's an area in your life where you're experiencing a tremendous amount of struggle, and struggle, we all have it. Unless we're enlightened, and if you're enlightened, then hallelujah, blessed be, enjoy yourself. But if you are struggling in any way, then I ask you to look at an area that you can, in a little way, yield, in a little way, surrender, to bring that situation, that person, that place, that thing, and walk it to the altar in your own consciousness and give it forth, set it on the altar. And ask for the change, ask for the healing, ask to be shown the way. I'll finish with one thing that I heard this beautiful man share once, and he said that God doesn't help those that help themselves. God helps those that ask. And so in your life, the takeaway is ask. Ask for help. Ask to be shown the way. Ask to let go. Asking is part of this surrender, and let it go. And watch what happens. The blocks continue to melt away, and we continue to come home to ourselves, to our hearts, to our truth. That's what Satnam is, the truth, our essence. So thank you so much for hearing this video. Stay tuned for a couple of more sutras, and easy does it. Satnam, thank you.